Hello everyone, my name is Devin, also known as DH Artist, and today I'd like to welcome you to a new series I'm calling This Old Toy Box. So here in America we have a home improvement show called This Old House, and over the course of several episodes they cover a complete home remodel showing the ins and outs for home repair. I'd like to try that same concept by reviving an older toy box from years ago and modernizing it using the tips and skills I've learned from the Disney Infinity community here on YouTube. I wish I had this community back when the game was brand new. Don't get me wrong, I would watch the weekly Toybox TV series and purchase the newest figures, but nothing ever interactive with other players. Before we get started, don't forget to check out my other Disney Infinity videos, as well as my deep dive series where I cover a variety of comics cover to cover. If you have time later, check out my website for lots of fun and interesting designs available for purchase. I'll put a link in the video description below. If you enjoy these types of videos and want to see more content like it, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. So my first step was to find an older toy box that I abandoned. I bet I'm not the only one who started a toy box and never finished it. The one I've picked is from January 19th, 2016, and if I'm not mistaken, Disney Infinity was cancelled a few months later, so that might explain why I left this one behind. So today I'll be playing as Wreck-It Ralph. I thought it would be appropriate since he's a demolition expert. And looking around the toy box, you can see we've got the Star Destroyers up there flying around, and the house from Up, Carl Fredricksen's house. You can see I've got them on paths. And that little box up there, I'll highlight that in a second. So coming into the toy box, we can see it looks sort of very similar to Main Street, giving that illusion of Disneyland. So I think originally I wanted to use this toy box like a hub, and it would take me to other toy boxes that I created. So yeah, here's the door to my interior, and across the way is an empty toy box that I didn't set up. And moving along here, I've got the churro card over here, and at the time I didn't have any way to inflate the player, but I know how to do that now, so I'll reuse that. Up top I've got the recognizer, and then that box there you would fly through, and it would actually send TIE fighters out of the Star Destroyer. Of course we've got the partner statue. I want to go ahead and save that. And we've just got this big blank canvas out here, this big open expanse that I can work with. The Haunted Mansion. And so over here is probably the highlight of this toy box, and that is, it's my Splash Mountain ride. Of course, I'd never thought to use a button to bring the boat along faster, so I'll definitely go ahead and include that. And so we'll just speed this up here. And now let's go ahead and take a ride on Splash Mountain. Of course, this isn't like the actual ride in Disneyland, but this is how I created it back in 2016. Got the Country Bear Jamboree toy box characters there. Chip there. I think Mr. Toad is around the corner, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there he is. See him just a second there. And then right down here at the end is Dale. He's happy. And that is my Splash Mountain ride, so I definitely want to save that for my updated toy box. Now let's go ahead and get up there to that floating island in the sky. So we'll come over here on top of Flynn's and grab Tron's recognizer. I am not sure why I built this island so far away, but I think I even maybe at one time had a teleporter set up for it. I think I remember that. Well, you can see it kind of has a Wreck-It Ralph kind of a feel to it. Fix-It Felix, the ground, and the train pieces, some of the train pieces. I think those are the dragon plants. Of course, I got the Wreck-It Ralph cars. Of course, there's the King Candy villain flying around. Very simple track, though. I don't think I'm going to save all of this. Maybe I will put a racetrack into my toy box, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm not going to save probably any of this. Probably keep the Wreck-It Ralph building, but we'll scrap all this stuff up here. So that completes the tour of the toy box I'm going to be remodeling. There's definitely a lot to work with already, so I think I can just build off the main floor plan. So as a recap, let's look at what I'd like to keep and what I'll be addressing in my toy box remodel. I definitely want to keep Main Street. I like the idea of having a space for the player to enter, and theming it to Disneyland's entrance seems like a pretty good idea. I'll obviously be keeping my Splash Mountain ride. I don't remember exactly how I built it, so I don't want to change or remove any of that. It's great where it's at now. I want to keep the toy box elements and reuse the Haunted Mansion and Flynn's arcade building. I also want to keep the interactive doors. Maybe I'll theme them around my newer toy boxes. We definitely want to keep Wreck-It Ralph's building. Not that floating island in the sky, but definitely the building itself. And finally, I need to build something in that open expanse to the back of the toy box. It's just a bunch of empty space right now. So I've already prepared a preview of what this new toy box might look like. So we're going to go ahead and keep Main Street and lose that floating island in the sky. We're going to go ahead and keep Splash Mountain where it's at now. I'm going to go ahead and address that big space in the back. And then I want to tie the whole toy box together with sort of a hub or road or path, something that guides the player down Main Street and into the open toy box. So that's kind of what the new toy box will end up looking like. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be taking you through the complete remodel process, but you'll get a tour of the renovation next week when I post part 2 of this series. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to check out my other Disney Infinity videos, and please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Be sure to stop by next week for the big reveal.